And we're going live on Twitch.
The
Now.
champ is here.
All right, man. Welcome to All Into Wrestling. This is going to be number 6 or episode number 6. This is a NerdFlow podcast show, a bonus show that's all about wrestling. And we are live on Twitch on the NerdFlow podcast Twitch channel. So check us out on here from time to time. We'll be, putting out tweets and stuff on social media to let you know when All Into Wrestling is going live and stuff like that. But yeah, man, we are live. We are here. And there's a lot of stuff to talk about because, a lot of time it's WWE. And when is there not a lot of crap to talk about with that company? But yeah, what's up, Snap?
The champ is here. The champ is legitimately here.
I see you.
Yeah.
I see you.
Yeah, I ain't John Cena. I ain't John Cena, but you can't see me. But other than that, yeah, man, wrestling been body slamming a lot of topics lately, man, and it's a lot of changes, especially for it to be close to the end of the year. A lot of changes have been coming and going. Of course, we're still in the ongoing pandemic.
Yes,
we have ourselves a Thunderdome. We have some people that are inviting fans back. We've had some very controversial releases this year. You have some very inspiring signings. So 2020 is a year that I think everybody, no matter what it is, they're going to remember it as being a very defining and very, what's what I'm looking for? It's been a year in which a lot of changes were forced to happen, if you ask me. I mean, literally forced to happen.
Yeah, it's like prime example. The bloat on the WWE roster is one of the biggest things. They had to stop hoarding talent because it was costing them money. That's one thing that they had to really put in perspective. Is like, okay, we gonna use this person or not? Because kind of costs.
Nah, we got we got to make sure we can eat, man. We don't want to get into Vienna sausage territory. We got to make sure we still stay in that caviar game.
With them though, it's like they had like WWE has a lot of cash flow. So I mean, they had like of course they got the TV deal with Fox, TV deal with USA and stuff like that. So they wouldn't have been hurting too much. Now from AEW, for example, they probably would have been in a more of a harder situation just because they're new. They're a newer company and stuff like that. So they would have been they would have been hurting from a perspective like that. As far as from a talent, they can't be signing too many people. But the thing is, though, they've been signing a lot of people still.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's just me with AEW. I always see them as the place where it's certain dream matches that you always wanted. They're very possible now. I say that was one of the reasons why I do like AEW a little bit is because, like I said, FTR versus the Young Bucks. That's a thing that can happen or already happened. If I haven't been keeping up with wrestling, y'all have to excuse me. But it's like they're. I don't want them. Everybody pretty much don't want them to be like TNA signing former WWE stars, and I feel like AEW understands that, and they just wants to sit here and going off top of it, they want to make sure they get the right type of talent. And speaking of that, how about we segue into Miro?
Yes, the former Rusev of WWE made his debut on AEW as Kip Sabian's best man. Now, I'm going to tell you, prior to, I'm like, we ain't seen nothing with Kip Sabian as far as, nothing of, legitimacy aside from his girl and stuff like that, where she's a really good talent. I would say probably almost a better talent than he is, in my opinion. But yeah, we haven't really seen a whole lot from him aside from the whole thing with him throwing up the Twitch channel, because that's going to relate back to this whole little third party thing that WWE has going on with them with wrestlers not using their in-ring name on their social medias. Well, not really social medias, but anything they can use to make money, like YouTube, Twitch, Cameo, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, when he started doing the Twitch thing, like he literally held up a sign and All Out, like, you know, his Twitch channel. It was one, it was the dig at WWE. Two, now that I think about it, because Miro, which is former Rusev, he's been a content creator since he got released from WWE. So he's been like hitting the Twitch pavement like super hard, being a gamer and all that stuff with his with playing video games and everything. Pretty much, you know, stuff you do on Twitch, of course. So, but I was really surprised. At first, I was surprised he had blonde hair. I'm like saying to myself, like, did he have blonde hair prior to that? Because
I've seen it. I've seen the post. I've seen the post. So yeah, it's like after release. I say it was like at least around June or July. It was when he was, like I said, on Twitch. It was like it was like a post he had either with his wife Lana or he did it separately. But I remember him posting like, you know, I did something different with my hair and all that type of stuff. So it's very different to see Miro, aka formerly FKA Rusev, with blonde hair now. And honestly, I feel like with this, with Miro, I feel like that. I feel as if I would see a very much more lively character out of him than WWE. Because, you know, of course, when he first debuted on the main roster, he was this super athlete brute from Russia, even though he's from Bulgaria. But I feel like with this Miro, you'll get to see a much more, I don't know, human version of, I feel like you'll get the real Miro himself with this version. And keep in mind, I remember what he said when he got released about Vince McMahon when Rusev Day blew up. What he said, what Vince had told him, and like, it's not far-fetched. But at the same time, it's like, you can't ignore it when somebody's over. You shouldn't ignore it. If they're over, you know, work with them. So I can't get mad at Rusev for, you know, if him being released. But if anything, he was going to leave anyway. If he wouldn't have been released, he would have wanted out anyway, if you ask me. But
yeah, no,
you know, I feel like
he definitely would have, because I mean, because I think even going back to that same conversation he had with Vince McMahon, it was a thing more of when he said when people were saying Rusev that he was like, they're making fun of you. It's like, bro, they're not making fun of you. They're kind of legit behind this dude. Like what kind of fucked up psychology that Vince McMahon be teaching people, man?
He is over. He is over. It's like, bro, he's over. If you got a whole crowd, just like the Fandango dance, and a da 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 da, it was over. Because literally, you had people in other sports, in other areas of entertainment, doing it in the crowd. So it's like, you can't tell that this man is live.
They don't.
You can't lie to this man.
Like, they don't, man, dude. They don't pay attention to their, like. I feel like sometimes they're forced to pay attention to their crowd because they'll get to the point where, like, the rating is just so abysmal that they don't have a choice but to pay attention to their crowd. And then there's some points where it's like, he's over. Can you, like, do something? Like, but there's like, no, we're not gonna do anything. They're not. It wasn't our choice.
Yeah, it's
so we're not gonna do anything.
They're in denial. It's like they're in denial. Like, no, you can't deny that, bro. These people are legitimately behind this wrestler, and you can't force feed the wrestler you want to these people. You just can't. And you have, like I said, a lot of talent that has never been touched or tapped, and they honestly would leave WWE either better or, like I said, even more inspired to like do better elsewhere. Good example, Deonna Purrazzo. I was anticipating on seeing her do well on either the main roster and NXT. And when they never did too much with her, she got released. I was like,
dude, I never even would have thought, because, like, for example, the good example of that is that she was in NXT. Despite everything that's been going on with everybody that's been released, where they were former NXT or whatever the case may be, everybody always had good stuff to say about NXT, how Triple H or Paul Levesque, how he runs NXT. And everybody always has very good things to say about how it's ran. You know, they listen to their ideas, even though they may not have been the exact form of their idea, but they kind of ran with the concept of what they were trying to put on TV or portray. But with this, but when it comes to the main roster, it's a whole nother thing. Prime example of that is freaking Keith Lee. Where, so the music part, okay, we'll explain this a little bit. So the theme part for Keith Lee was really not his control because evidently WWE fell out with CFOs. CFOs is the actual producers that were doing a lot of the tracks, a lot of the things for NXT and stuff like that. So evidently there was some type of 50-50 deal or something like that. And so I guess but it's kind of weird though because, bro, Saturday night y'all use this theme. 2 days later, nah, we can't use it no more.
It's brand new, and it's like, look, I'm not gonna front, man. That Keith Lee song was actually lit, man.
Then they gave him the generic jobber music to come out to. I'm like,
nah, man. You know, here's a good reason how, in my opinion, that theme had worked for Keith Lee. Royal Rumble 2020, when he came out, the minute you heard "Bask in His Glory," it was like, and you hear this man rapping as he goes to the ring. I was like, that had you so hyped for seeing Keith Lee, man. And then when people came up with the whole, when they came up gave him a new theme song, it's like, don't kill this hype, man. That's what I kind of feel. That's what I kind of feel too. I feel like sometimes when people go to the main roster or I don't even say go up anymore. I say go down to the main roster. When they go to Raw, I feel like if they have something that in NXT that kind of got them, loved by the fans, and if Vince McMahon didn't come up with the idea, or if it wasn't an idea that was created by the Raw writing team, they're like, nah, we ain't gonna do that because that's an NXT thing. Because case in point, his theme gets him over. Unfortunately, it's just that type of theme that he has. Is like it does. It goes hand in hand. It goes hand in hand with his performance skills, man. Like I said, for Keith Lee to be that size to hit a moonsault, it goes with his character. Everything he says in the song, and of course the whole basking in glory part, and that, in my opinion, is what got him over, is that part there. But it goes with his character. But with this generic thing, it's like, this man is a former North American champion and a former NXT champion. Granted, I would have preferred if he stayed down in NXT, not because of his theme, but because I would have felt like he should have had more reigns as NXT champion.
Right.
But like I said, I don't want them to do him like they did Ricochet, because I'm still hurting over that.
Ooh, boy,
I'm still hurt over that. I'm still hurt. I am so hurt over what they did with Ricochet. And speaking of that, how do we feel about that? Had Triple H? I don't think anybody knew this, but if you heard his theme, y'all know Triple H is actually the one that's saying "one and only" in Ricochet in his theme song. It took me a minute till somebody pointed it out, and I'm like, hold on, that was Triple H saying that. It sounds just like
I didn't know that.
It's like a Triple H. Yeah, it's Triple H saying "one and only" and Ricochet in the whole song, and I was like, that's interesting.
Well, here's what I hope though. Okay, so with Ricochet, I hope they pull a Finn Balor on Ricochet once they do this, because they're supposed to be doing another draft sometime. I think either next month, I believe, or something like that is what the rumor is. So I hope Triple H says, you know what? Let me just get Ricochet back down to NXT, because y'all ain't doing shit. Y'all ain't doing shit with him.
Y'all ain't doing nothing with him. Like, the only thing he had recently going for him, he had a U.S. title run. He had that the feud with AJ. That was like the biggest thing, in my opinion, he had so far. Of course, now he's had the feud with Cedric Alexander, who went heel and during the Hurt Business.
Yeah.
But now, like I said, it's just, if you're not gonna give Ricochet a good feud or give him a title run that is legit, yeah, go back to NXT. Let him go back down there, because I felt like he left NXT a lot earlier anyway. I honestly felt like he should have spent a bit more time. You see guys like Undisputed Era, Johnny, Tommaso, Velveteen Dream, despite that being a very controversial one. But still, you see these guys are still down there, been staying down there for a minute, and there's nothing wrong with that. So with Ricochet, I understand the talent this man has. Like I said, the man is a phenomenal high flyer. If you have never seen him with real Ospreay, you need to go watch it. But even still, that was one of the reasons why I was scared, because of his talent. He was going to get caught up a lot quicker, and they were going to sit here and just do that man dirty. But other than that, man, I will like to. This is very old, but this is something that was very funny though. First and foremost, congratulations to Randy Orton on his new clothing line, Slither. Oh yes, Randy Orton has a clothing line.
I didn't know this. had no clue, man.
But I keep up with the Viper on Instagram. He had announced it because and Twitter too. He had a little video clip of a snake, and he was like, something's coming, something big coming, and he's gonna have his own clothing line. So big ups to the Viper himself. But let's all remember that Randy Orton, no matter what, is the biggest dick on the face of earth. And on top of that, that's actually a good thing. If anybody ever noticed during SummerSlam, Roman Reigns not only debuted a new character, but some brand new teeth. So Randy decided to go on Twitter and he said, he basically had a picture of Brad with the big teeth saying, "I like to be the first one to welcome back the big dog." So Roman had decided to respond back and said, "You just jealous. You need to get your numbers up because you know I'm the main attraction." So Randy had a picture of a horse and said, "Well, you heard it for the horse's mouth." I said, "Randy, you the biggest dick I've ever seen in my life." No homo, but it was like, bro, Randy is so petty, and it's perfect.
Wow. That boy is the king of petty, bro. King of petty. It's like, can I get this? And I feel like sometimes we get that version of him on, because that's why I was so against him like beating Drew McIntyre, because I was like, dude, when Orton gets the championship, he just becomes blah. But when he's just in his element,
he's pursuing or just on his own, he's entertaining, man. You have funny RKOs. I'm trying to remember what was the funniest one. Not the split one, but it was one where he was RKO or something. I think he was a face. It's how he ran in the ring like, bam. Like, he ran and ate shit.
It's like, I'm Teflon. You can't touch me. Do the fuck I want to.
Because it's like Orton has the ability, like you just said, when he gets the championship, he's like, but when he's either pursuing it or he's not pursuing it, it's, I say one of the best things about Orton is how his aggressiveness, also coming off of him being rumored, hothead and all that type of stuff, especially with the whole incidents back in the day. But I remember him and Angel Garza did a tag team match on Raw. He had got him like, hey, listen. I get it. Look, you're a third generation superstar. You need to stop bullshitting around. Get your ass in gear. Let's get this damn win. I like, see that Orton right there. That's the entertaining one.
You was talking
to yourself. That's the one that can make.
You was talking to yourself in the future, Randy. Right? That's what that was. You was like, you saw yourself in him. That's what that shit was. Real quick, man.
We need that Orton.
Real quick, we did get some follows. I want to just make sure I mention that we got Heads Hands with a follow to the NerdFlow channel. Appreciate that. And we got Jamie Gundam. Appreciate that. What's up, everybody in the chat? But yeah, man, Orton been in rap.
Wait, hold on. We got somebody whose last name is Gundam? Hey, yes, man. Gundam. Hey, you can hear me. If whoever you are, you have pretty much the dopest name thus far. You put Gundam in your name, bro. That's legendary. Welcome to NerdFlow, my friend.
Let's see, man. Then we got so we got the Matt Hardy, Sammy Guevara situation from All Out, man. So they got on the forklift. I'm just gonna cut straight to the chase. It was on the forklift, and they overshot the table. And Matt Hardy hit the concrete.
bounced like a basketball,
Ball.
man.
Yes, bro. And
he was so dazed.
Oh, he was out of
He
it,
was
bro.
so out of it. I saw that whole match. I was like, ain't no way y'all gonna continue. But Matt wanted to continue match. And, you give that respect to Matt Trick because he wants to continue as a performer. But at the same time, with what happened with him recently, the chair shot, and considering Matt is nearly hitting 50,
Right.
you might want to take it easy, bro. You got a family you got to look at. I ain't going to tell you what you can and can't do, but at the same time.
And the thing about it is, it's all in. Okay, I know people are high on Sammy Guevara. But it goes back to my point from All Into Wrestling number 5. Guevara has a lot of hype. I have seen 0 things from him that makes me feel like he should be the name of the Spanish God. There's way other talent. Bandino, that is a Spanish guy.
Okay, so yeah, Bandito, Ray Phoenix, Pentagon Jr.
Yes.
Like, my thing is with Sammy, he's still young. If you want to be an arrogant heel,
like that, he's green as fuck.
He's green. He's green. And to call yourself the Spanish guy, you're trying to get some heat. That's one thing. I can't take that from him. Even though it sounds like I'm taking it up for him, I'm not going to take that from him if he's saying he's the Spanish guy to generate heat. That's you being arrogant. You're being an asshole. Fine, you can do that. But if you're trying to say that in terms of ring work, you might want to slow down a bit because, you've been making a trilogy of mistakes recently with a veteran performer.
Yes.
My thing is, of course, in my opinion, I felt match shouldn't have continued, even though, again, much respect for him to finishing the match, and also to Sammy, too, because he was still trying to work with Matt despite him being concussed. He was still trying to play his part as the heel. Right. Of course, Revy had something to say to it, and then Matt did went on AEW television to issue an apology because he really wasn't trying to make everybody so worried and concerned, even though, of course, we're going to be concerned about you because you're still human at the end of the day. We're wrestling fans. It's entertainment for us.
And your head bounces.
We don't want anybody to get seriously injured.
Right.
Yeah, we don't want this man to die, even though his slogan is, he will not die. Like, hold up, Matt. Your head says otherwise, man. I don't want you to die, man. I want you to entertain me, but don't kill yourself.
For real.
We want you to go home to your family, bro.
Let's say next time we do a spot like that. Let's put 2 tables. Two. Not
two tables or somebody just do another type of spot or something. Get Spirit to a table or something like that. I prefer that.
I feel like if Sammy Guevara has another match with somebody, man, I feel like he's gonna become the Seth Rollins of 2000 and what is it, 2015? Yeah, bro, always injuring people. It's like you gotta slow down.
You gotta. I can't say 2015 Seth Rollins because he injured. He accidentally messed his leg. He messed his knee up. But
was that 2014?
I would say at least Nia Jax. I say Nia Jax. Nia
Jax is a new one now. But I heard she got like freaking just roasted in the back, like scolded, like.
Oh yes, man! Because after all that stuff with Kyrie, especially Kyrie saying, like, yeah, man, like many people are just questioning how her safety style, man. Don't get me wrong, yeah, she is she's made a name for herself, and like I said, not take credit from anybody's work, but at the same time, don't forget, people still got to be safe and try not to maim them. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like there's some people like that say, for example, like down in NXT. I feel like there's some people that get called up too quickly. If you have 0 experience, like day one Performance Center, you are green, you ain't never been in the ring before, you have less than 1 year of experience, do not call their ass up to the main roster. I don't care who their family name is, what their lineage is, do not call them up. I don't care. Or if you have people that's 20 years in the business, yeah, you can call they callous, man. They know what they're doing.
But if they're like you said, lesser than just a year or two, even if they're really good, I still wouldn't want somebody to go up there just yet. I want you to enjoy as much as I would want those performers to enjoy as much time they can and then soak up every little bit of experience they can before they get called up to anywhere, even if it's outside of WWE. Like, take your time, man. Don't bring them up just because of what they're doing. Just currently, they got more to offer. Just let them flourish down and get every bit of that out.
Right. That's very true.
Before we go to the next topic,
what you got?
Before we go to the next, let's all just take a moment to appreciate how white Roman Reigns' teeth are now, man. I'm talking about he got Chip Skylark teeth, bro. This man's teeth is so freaking white and perfect now. And he made it a mission at SummerSlam and Payback and every TV appearance he's been on to show his damn teeth. So that's why I appreciated Randy Orton's Twitter thing with him. They're like, man, all right, Roman, we get it. You want to be in a Chris White and look at my teeth. I got teeth now. Look at my teeth. I'm gonna be in toothpaste commercials. I'm gonna get every bit of sponge stuff in these toothpaste commercials. I'm like, bro, I get it, man. You ain't gotta smile a lot. I get you want to show your teeth off. We know you got new teeth, but speaking of Roman has his first feud as what you call him, a heel or a tweener?
He's a heel. I mean, there's no crowd, so we can't really say we can't really even say he's a tweener, because even with the Thunderdome. Well, speaking of that, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you this in the beginning. How you feel about Thunderdome? Do you think it has made pre-performance center shows better or worse? It feels
it's hard to say.
It's not gonna be normal, but it's kind of normal because you got noise now.
See, that's my thing. Is I don't know personally from seeing the Thunderdome. Are they noise generated literally from the people on the screen, or are they noise from a machine, like a soundtrack or something?
It's probably like
because I feel like it's probably
like half. It's probably like half and half. Because you can't really because from screens you can't really it sounds when you hear it from the people on the screens. You're always gonna have that little. It has like a little hum or electronic type sound to it, so you know that's the people on the screens. But if you hear it's like clear, like it's like, bro, there ain't no people in this bitch. Like where the hell is this shit coming from? Like there is like y'all piping this shit in. Stop it.
Like, bro, like that's what they're like. So it sounds like this, huh? Y'all managed to get microphones or whatnot onto these screens, and it sounds as if it's from a WWE game. That's what it sounds like, the crowd from them games. And it's just like, all right, well, look, you're making an effort. I'm not going to even take that from you at all. You're making a good effort. So with that being said, I'm not going to be too mad at the Thunderdome. That's a good idea, especially you want to generate some more fans into it, even those who are not on there. And speaking of which, the Thunderdome has actually reached capacity for Raw tonight.
I'll tell you one thing though.
So I didn't know that was a thing.
It's made the pay-per-views better because, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Like these pay-per-views before they started doing Thunderdome, they were kind of like
blind.
Oh, yeah. It's like wrestling in an empty room. I mean, that's literally what they're doing. But it's just like you could just hear it's just how I understand how sound.
Still a fan.
Yeah, how I understand how sound and stuff works. When there are no bodies to bounce that shit off of, bro, or no human bodies in it, and it's just walls, it's like
this is pretty much the backstage area of WWE 2K19. It's how I feel.
Let's just do this Raw Underground thing. Let's do this Raw Underground thing, because it sounds like this is a whole much better idea. At least there's people around in the area that's close in proximity.
Yeah, we can do this. We can do this underground thing. But so how do you feel? Back to Roman Reigns. How do you feel now that he's the heel champion? His first opponent as the Universal Champion, his second reign. His first opponent is his cousin Jey. I feel like that's what makes SmackDown better. Is these fresher ideas and storylines and fresher takes on things. Because apparently Paul Heyman is working with Roman Reigns. He's I think, booking Roman Reigns right now. So that's why you see Heyman back on SmackDown for the first time since want to say 2004, actually. That was the last time he was general manager of SmackDown around that time.
Mm-hmm.
And Heyman's now back on SmackDown. He's Roman Reigns' tribal council, like what they did there. And Roman Reigns no longer has his yard. He has an island.
I like the spin on that because I'm not gonna lie. As many times as Michael Cole says the fucking big dog, it gets on my nerves.
The big dog.
And to me, and I know they probably don't mean to, but that shit like sounds so like
it's like corny.
It's like for me, it's like semi borderline racist a little bit to me. It's like, so he's a dog.
I ain't see it like that. And I'm starting to see it.
It's like, Vince, really? Like really?
The big dog.
Yeah. I'm like, why are you giving this man the Undertaker's like American Badass gimmick? Because yard.
It's my yard.
Thank you.
Wait. It's no longer yard. He's upgraded since he's champ. You know, everybody went got him an island. It's his island now. And another Twitter thing from Tama Tonga, like, why don't you come over to Tama Island? Come on over to Tama Island.
He's another freaking troll, bro. he don't and Tama Tonga don't give a damn.
I'm still waiting for God versus Usos, by the way, even though we might never get that match.
Well, he was supposedly in talks with NXT, but I'm like, I don't see his brother going back because that's where his brother came from.
For anybody who knew, Tonga Loa was actually Camacho. A few years back when Unico was in.
Yeah, so I don't really see him ever really. I don't really see him going back
to WWE.
I don't really see him because he been there. I mean, it didn't work out. So I mean, there's no point. So we probably would never see that tag team. That tag team. It would only be more of in the sense of if the Usos left WWE. But I think with the current state of like with the position Roman Reigns is in and stuff like that, and you know once Jimmy comes back from injury. I feel that is like a thing that's like less likely to happen now. Now beforehand, when the tag team division was just in disarray and it wasn't a whole lot going on and people just holding titles and AEW was, about to come up and stuff like that. I kind of felt like, man, I feel like the Usos, they done beat and fought everybody. It's like, I think it's about time for y'all to just leave. Cause that's what it kind of felt like. But now speaking of tag team championships too, so you heard that the rumor is that they're going to merge the championships from Raw and SmackDown, which is why Cesaro and Nakamura came over to Raw this past week to taunt
the challenge Street Profits. So let me guess. The new tag titles are going to be one big ass nickel. One big shiny ass new ass nickel. Because let's be real, I have never liked the tag team championships after the brand split, because both of them don't look like nothing but a big ass nickel you found at your grandma's house, and two of the regular size nickels that you got in your car with a blue rubber band or red rubber band around it. That's all they look like to me.
So we upgraded from pennies to nickels. So I guess we get quarters this time around.
You get quarters or $50, one or the other if they still around. They're like, man, don't do this no more. If it's a purple strap, I promise you, I'm just gonna be like, look, all y'all gotta do is go back to the original gold and black design, man. Look at the women's tag titles. They're gold and white, yes, but I would take the older tag titles before these current ones, man. Like it was even okay with the copper version back in 2010.
Whoever's making making their championships now. Okay, so let's take United States Championship. We got the new IC Championship, new design for that. I'm pretty sure at some point we're gonna probably run this Universal and this WWE Championship is gonna eventually run this course, and we're gonna get a different design at some point. So if the tag team titles are the ones that are next up, I have a feeling we probably gonna get something that's not just like a big ass WWE logo. I mean, they would have been done that a long time ago, but they didn't. So I feel like they're trying to like maybe try to diversify the championships a little bit more and make them a little bit more aesthetically like nicer from a design standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who. I don't know. I wonder who would. Well, here's the thing. Because the tag team division is Cesaro and Nakamura have nobody to fight, which is why they're trying to merge them. Because SmackDown has no one. They're too busy trying to push.
Oh yeah.
They're too busy trying to push Otis as the Money in the Bank, which we know he's probably more likely going to lose it in some type of fuckery or debauchery. So we know that's not going to be a thing. They're going to find a way to loophole themselves out of him having that Money in the Bank contract. And on top of that, on top of what?
Mandy's going to Raw.
Yeah, that's what I heard. So
yeah, Mandy's going to Raw.
So I'm like, did they just move her because they know they're about to screw him out of this Money in the Bank, so she can't help him keep the Money in the Bank? That's what I feel like they're kind of doing. Because
do you know the storyline? Do you know the storyline? Why she got moved? So apparently Miz had some type of pull, so he managed to get Mandy traded to Raw, and it was like a tweet between them two, like, you know, he like, you should thank me, man, because she was holding you up. So I managed to pull some strings, got her traded to Raw. So man, like, you know, you ain't gonna split me and Otis up, right? I'm gonna go to Raw, make a bigger name for myself, but me and Otis, we still gonna be tight. It's 7 days out of the week. So yeah, that ain't gonna stop nothing. I'm like, huh. So Miz has pulled with TV execs, so he can manage to get a superstar traded over to Raw, despite him not being no authority figure. He's a superstar like everybody else, but he has that kind of pull to go, hey, look, I need y'all to swing me this favor right quick, because, you know, I'm the reason I had them Raw ratings up back in 2017, because I was the best heel on the show at that time, especially in the fall. So I need y'all to understand something. Like, he ain't gonna be able to cash Money in the Bank in. It's gonna be worried about Mandy so much, especially them cakes. So I'm gonna need y'all to sit here and get them cakes over to Raw, so Otis can be all that he can be, the Money in the Bank contract winner that can cash it in on Roman Reigns. Even though in the back of his mind said, "No, damn well Roman gonna spear the shit out of him." But
so here's the thing.
Know, it's like,
here's what I'm thinking. Now that I hear you say that, are they gonna do a Ken Anderson to?
Oh God! Wait.
Bro,
Morrison stole his briefcase.
Are they gonna?
I just remember that Morrison had stolen his briefcase.
Are they gonna Ken Anderson this boy?
Oh, I feel like that's gonna probably be the issue. I feel like it.
But it's not gonna be. But either way, though, it's not gonna be good for whoever gets it, because Roman's, no pun intended, his reign as champion, it's supposed to be a long reign. So it's like you're just literally getting yourself set up to get just destroyed. So if it's Morrison or if it's Miz, you're literally setting yourself up to get just fucking speared to death and done and over with.
Now hold on. Now here's my thing with that.
Because the end game is the Fiend. Again.
See, now this is how I'm looking at the Fiend right now. Before I get back to Morrison Miz, he's having this is one thing I said before. The Fiend, anybody who encounters the Fiend, they go through a drastic change. Mm-hmm. Finn Balor, look at what he's doing in NXT now. He's a bad boy. Mm-hmm. He got Prince on his logo now with the X cross out the C. Seth Rollins, he's become Monday Night Jesus. Braun Strowman, bald head man.
Yep.
Angry bald headed man. Mm-hmm. Alexa Bliss starting to get dreadlocks with pigtails. So this is what I appreciated about the Fiend
on Friday.
There you go. The Fiend is somebody who, if anything, and this is what I loved about it, if anybody had never paid attention to it, he is the character in the WWE that, in my opinion, can slowly but surely is a force to be reckoned with. He's planting so many little seeds. But at the same time, I don't know if WrestleMania 37 is going to be the end game for Fiend. Because if anything, The Miz and Morrison, they're two talented people. Miz is so talented as a heel. Morrison is talented as an athlete. I don't know how quick they're going to end up giving Morrison a world title run, because out of the two of them, The Miz is the only one with a world title in his career. And the Miz is so great when it comes to talking and pretty much making a storyline feud over the past few years. He's so great at that. Even he was somebody the Fiend had came across and turned him heel again.
Yep.
So I feel like honestly, if they were to do a Ken Anderson with Otis, either the Miz and Morrison gonna break up over the briefcase, or it's gonna be whereas the most dominant heel is gonna get that briefcase and cash in it, and Miz is the only one out of two that's ever done that, and it's aligned somewhat similar to what Edge has done. So that type of tactic fits Miz more than Morrison, if anything in the world. Morrison, in my opinion, he had great work outside of WWE as Johnny Mundo and whatnot, but in terms of being a true pure heel, Miz took that ball.
Because Miz's face turn didn't work out too well because one, he was going against Shane McMahon and they fought like 50,000 goddamn times, which just ran the freaking feud directly to the ground. Yeah,
his dad.
And his dad was more over than he was, which is even sadder. But anyway, but dude, it's like, so the only thing I can really see is, okay, either Otis loses the briefcase, either Miz or Morrison gets it. They don't cash because that briefcase is not tied to a particular show. They didn't do 2 Money in the Bank matches for men. It's one briefcase, so doesn't mean they have to cash it in on SmackDown. They can probably try to cash in on Drew McIntyre, which Drew McIntyre has had the longer reign, and he is a face.
It's a good turn. It's a good turn of events because people are expecting them to do it on their brand, which is SmackDown. But then they show up on Raw because honestly, I feel McIntyre is gonna probably end up beating Randy again, and it'll be a good time for them to get the briefcase off of Otis. Go on over to Raw because every show now is both by brand, not by brand. It's like both shows are on the same show. Not everybody has a single show to their brand. Everybody from both brands are on a single pay-per-view. And I feel like that's what's going to end up happening. It's going to end up having them jump over to Raw. Yep. But I feel like if they do something like that, would that be the same thing like how Leku both were the co-holders of this title? Because there's never been a co-holder for a WWE Championship ever.
I don't think they should do the co-holder thing. I think with Morrison being back, he's been paired with the Miz for like long enough. Raw really needs more heels. I can honestly really see them both just breaking up, but they're both, nobody's turning. I think it's just heels, just two heels being like, it's all about the championship, and I'm not fucking with you. I'm gonna get this. I'm taking this briefcase, and I'm going to Raw with it, and they just break up like that because really they don't need to feud. They feuded before all of that. There's nothing really going to be different or really going to change. Miz is a better heel than he is of anything else, so I can't really see. If Morrison goes over to Raw, he literally has to be a heel because they have no top heels. McIntyre has beat Lashley in the Hurt Business, which I feel that should have been something that should have been prolonged, especially being how the Hurt Business has been built up now as a 4-man stable, which they're more of a threat now. In the beginning, when they went against McIntyre, it was sort of kind of a joke because they had Lana still causing problems and all this other stuff. I felt like it felt like more of a joke then, but now with the 4 of them, it feels more legitimate, and I feel like now would have probably been the time to have Lashley go up against McIntyre now than it did.
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I just realized the Hurt Business, there's 4 types of wrestling styles you have. MVP, cocky, Lashley, powerhouse, Shelton, technical, Cedric, high flyer. You have 4 diverse styles in that whole group. So I agree with you, and it's like, but I feel like Lashley's going to end up coming back around that same title picture again. He's a U.S. champ again, yes, but he's going to end up coming back around that world title picture. They just need to prolong, like you said, that stable, keep that 4-man stable going, and building it up with more championships. Like honestly, I would prefer they win the tag titles. I just don't know how I feel about Sheldon with that 24/7 title, but at the same time.
It's like,
just imagine we got
to get somebody a belt. Yeah.
So I agree with you. Morrison has to stay heel on Raw. He did the face thing before, and look how they treated him. They he had an injury, yeah, but it's like they pushed him further and further down the card until he didn't re-sign with them in 2011. And my thing was, Morrison, let him stay a heel, but it's a certain kind of heel Morrison has to be. It can't be the Miz and Morrison type of heel. It has to be
he has to be kind of more
that he can stand alone.
He has to be the kind of heel that he was in when he turned. I don't know if you in Impact when he was Impact champion, kind of towards the back end of him leaving Impact. He was kind of more this, chicken shit type of heel. He would have to be that type of heel. And I really think it's a matchup we haven't seen before between Morrison and McIntyre. At least in WWE, we haven't. I want to say I think they have.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. They when McIntyre first debuted, that was the first person he went after was Morrison because Morrison was IC champ, and McIntyre took the title off him at TLC 2009. Okay. So it will be a full circle thing if Morrison went to Raw and Drew was the world champion. Actually, that would have seemed like a perfect thing now that I'm looking at it because Morrison would have gotten some type of revenge over that, even though it was an IC title. But what better way to embarrass you saying, not only am I back in your face again after all these years, I took the title that you worked so hard to get back at, and this is also a title that I had to work my ass to get back to here too. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I'm coming to get some payback for you taking my title back then. Because Morrison was trolling Drew McIntyre then.
I know who would be another good one, but I know he's in Canada right now, so he can't come. He's not. That's the reason why we haven't seen him on TV. Is Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode would have been perfect, another heel for McIntyre to go up against. But, of course, with the pandemic and stuff like that, I think that's more the reason why he hasn't been on Raw. At least that's what I'm beginning to believe. That's the reason why we haven't seen him. Because he would have been perfect because of their history in NXT. Because I think – I'm trying to remember, did – Rude beat McIntyre for the NXT Championship, or was it the other way around?
No. McIntyre beat Rude because Rude was leaving to the main roster around the time Adam Cole and them. That's right. He beat him at Brooklyn, and the person who beat McIntyre was in. Speaking of that, so can we say Angel is still a heel or is he a face now? Because he left Andrade hanging.
So the rumor is that they're gonna split and then go into a feud against one another. I'm assuming that Angel's probably more likely gonna be the face because I think because he can speak better English than Andrade, and Zelina's going to be his mouthpiece for the most part, so she's going to heal it up for him. So I think it's probably going to be Angel that's probably going to be the one. I mean, if Andrade goes face, it may work, but the thing with it right now is that if we had live crowds now, we would be able to kind of gauge it a lot better because the crowd can potentially if Angel Garza is such just like a prick of an asshole, and if it was that type of thing, and then Andrade's trying to be about business and getting things done, but he's just wanting to always be a ladies' man. Then I can see that possibly being a thing, but I think right now being that there's no crowds, I kind of think that it's probably going to end up being Angel is probably going to be the face in this whole thing. Because, Andrade's been a heel for so damn long. Because him being a face starting at NXT, it didn't work out well. That's why they called in Zelina to manage him.
Yeah,
because he literally had the same gimmick that Angel Garza had. He was a ladies' man. He had the rip away pants that he came out with. He had the white hat and all that. That didn't work out.
Fedora,
for him. Yeah, and the fedora, that didn't work out well for him. Him being just like a great Hispanic wrestler, just like a heel and just putting on great matches, that's his thing. That's his thing.
I don't know. It's like I could never see Angel as a face. He's so good at being a heel, man. I remember they said Vince had honestly looked at Angel as Eddie Guerrero in that aspect of how he came across. Because Angel has this certain type of swag about him, in which is like he has this look. Of course, women love him. But it's like he's a very sneaky little bastard behind that smile. He has that smile that says, "You eating this smile up, but I'm gonna do something behind this smile that you ain't never gonna see coming." And he's a great wrestler. Hate what they did to his cousin Umberto. But
Vince McMahon
yeah,
Vince McMahon how he gets when it comes to like he's like a kid with toys. It's like I don't want to play with this anymore, man. Just done. Literally was what it is.
it's a feud I can honestly see with Humberto and Angel now, but I'll say that for another time. I'm gonna say that for another time.
Send that man back to NXT.
But speaking of Hispanic wrestlers, let's talk about the son of a very famous luchador, Dominick Mysterio. His first month in WWE. How would you rate it?
His SummerSlam match was really good to be, as new as he is. But I mean, case in point, his dad is Rey Mysterio. Who knows how long this man has been training to to get into the ring? Probably you can almost damn near say probably all his goddamn life that he's been training to get to this moment.
Shoot.
Now here's the thing about it, and it was kind of brought up, and Vince McMahon just kind of vetoed it. He wants to be Ray wants him to be under a mask. But Vince McMahon didn't want him to be under a mask, and I'm like, you got to honor the tradition, Vince. Like, the Mysterios have always been under mask, which is probably why the hood was probably could have been a thing that they probably maybe added at the last minute, or it could be part of the whole thing. But it's like I think he needs to be under a mask. And then you've already seen him already, so you can't do no mask versus mask match because we already seen him. It ain't no surprise to nobody. So you can really throw that match out the window.
My thing is, I don't know, because this is the thing that's very confusing. There was a time Ray actually himself was unmasked, especially in the tail end of WCW when he was part of the Filthy Animal stable. Ray was unmasked. He lost his mask match, and he was unmasked. And from then on, he was part of the Filthy Animals. He was unmasked. But when he debuted in WWE, they wanted him to have his mask back. So that was the thing that kind of surprised me when you said that Vince didn't wanted Dominic to wear the mask. It's like he's the son of a luchador, a very famous luchador, and luchadors always honored their mask. They always honor it. It's always a rare sight to even see any luchador without their mask. I say the best person so far that has done that job is Kalisto in WWE, because I still don't know how Kalisto looks without his face-wise without his mask. You only see in the back of his head.
Yeah.
Ray, on the other hand, there's been a few Instagram posts without his mask, and like I said,
Ray be like this
nothing against him.
Ray be like this.
Yeah, on his profile the list. But it's some on his family's IG and whatnot. They'll have unmasked versions of Ray and whatnot. But my thing is, Dominick Mysterio, if anything, I feel like it's going to be, if he stays in this business as long as he wants, I feel like he'll definitely go far. Like I said, he had a great match with Seth Rollins for it to be his debut match, and of course, I said the biggest thing that came was when we first saw Dominic hit 619 with his dad last year at Survivor Series against Brock Lesnar. I say that is a moment I feel like he's going to always remember because of the stakes. Not only was it his first time doing it in front of a live crowd, but who it was against. It was against Brock Lesnar of all people. You hit a 619 with your dad on one of the biggest legitimate big guys in the business in front of a live crowd, and you're not even, officially a pro wrestler yet. You just did it to help your dad out in the match, and it was so hype. And that's what I loved about that moment. It's like, all right, Dominic, you hit 619. I've seen him doing moonsaults and whatnot. I was like, all right, well, I can say Dominic with more practice. I ain't saying it like in a bad way, but he's gonna actually be he's gonna be good. He's gonna be great.
I think he's gonna be. I think he's gonna do good. I think we just need to get past. We need to get past this Seth Rollins feud. I know Rollins is probably gonna be going away very, very soon. I think after the whole angle that they did with the mom and the daughter and everybody, the whole Mysterio family coming in, beating down Murphy and all that stuff. Hopefully this is the end of it. It kind of sucks of how his Messiah stable, it just never materialized. It was always a shell of itself because he started with AOP. AOP, one of the members got injured and now they're released. Then you had Austin Theory. Something happened with Theory, or did he call COVID, or something happened because Theory is now back on NXT now, which I feel like that's a better spot for him, honestly, because he's still so new. And then it was just literally just him and Murphy the whole goddamn time. So I was like, I feel like this dude, I felt like before the pandemic really hurt this group because I feel like they could have probably done so much more as a stable that they really didn't get the chance to materialize. This is almost, to me, is almost very similar to the Straight Edge Society. That it didn't get.
Oh my God!
It never reached its full potential that what it could have been. And case in point, I feel like they kind of recycled that shit a little bit because you remember when CM Punk went and fought against Rey Mysterio.
He looked like Jesus. The man looked like Jesus. Had the Jesus complex. Had every bit. He was doing sermons in the freaking ring at Royal Rumble 2010.
And you also remember CM Punk feuded with Rey Mysterio too.
That's what I'm saying. He feuded against Rey Mysterio, brought his family into this, and I'm just like, all right, Vince, you got a thing for Jesus going against Rey Mysterio, who's Catholic. What is your deal, bro? Because I'm just like, I'm seeing this now because Seth Rollins has the Jesus complex. He has kind of like, I am the Messiah of Monday nights. CM Punk, I am the straight edge savior. It's like both of these guys look like Jesus. It's just Seth decides to wear a suit and a one glove and wears man bun and whatnot. But he
reminds me more of from Far Cry though. Seth's character. What's the old boy? They're more.
Oh, Joseph Seed. Yeah. Joseph Seed. I know who you're talking about. And I'm still pissed at. I'm still pissed at the fact that he survived Far Cry. That's something I will never let go. The fact that he survived. And I'm just like, you gotta be shitting me, man. You son of the bitches had me going through a whole field of weed, thinking, all right, I done went through every last one of his siblings. I get to kill this one right now on this game. Nah. He survives.
Nah.
$60 wasted down the commode. I'm not gonna say toilet. I'm gonna say commode. Down the commode. I'm still salty at that, man. All right,
man. So let's combine these. I know we had. Well, that's what I mean. The releases part. I mean, for the releases we had, it wasn't really a whole lot. It was just like the older agents. So we had IRS, which is Bray Wyatt's dad, got released, and you also had Gerald Briscoe, yeah, and Sarah Stock, which is formerly known as Dark Angel, and Sarita from TNA. Female luchador,
that was shocking.
Female luchador. Not too much. I mean, I got confused for a second. I thought it was Sarah Del Rey for a whole second. I'm like, wait, y'all women's division's about to go in the toilet.
No. Like y'all chill. Y'all can't afford to lose that one right there. Y'all might want to chill a little bit, man.
Because I would have been like, Sarah Del Rey going to AEW.
Because you already had, you remember Serena from Straight Edge Society? She was a trainer down there, man.
Yeah. And
now she had debuted and AEW had that match against Thunder Rosa, which I heard was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So it's like, y'all lose Sarah Del Rey. Y'all might want to chill a little bit, man. That's a good woman wrestler right there, man. I'm not saying that, just say it. Go back and watch the matches and watch her.
She's made that women division what it is. That's why a majority of the women that came up during the time of Bayley and Sasha and stuff like that. That's why a majority of them had a lot of the women that came up in NXT. A lot of women had submission holds, and you never saw a lot of women with submission holds. They had these whack DDTs that everybody did and all this other stuff. And then they started when Sarah Del Rey was training.
It's so legit. Mm-hmm. It's so legit. So, it's like, y'all don't release that lady. Keep her. But on the subject of Sasha and Bayley has turned against Sasha finally and did it in the most brutal way with that chair to the neck. I'm like, all right, Bayley, with your suburban mall haircut. All right, I see it. All right, I see you. You really want to make people respect you, especially getting close to a year of you turning into this new villainous Bayley and whatnot. It's about to be 1 year since you've done this, man, and you want to make people understand that I ain't just a Cali here. I can be a heel that can hurt you, and What better way to do it against Sasha Banks? Now,
And on
of
top
course,
of that,
Bayley has a title, title match against.
1 year's champion as well, or getting close to it.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. She has never lost that title, not one bit. She lost the tag titles recently, but yeah, I just realized that. Yeah, she has not lost that title at all.
It became a good run for it because I was kind of skeptical. I'm like, oh, she gonna probably drop this damn title in like a month, and then just gonna be like,
she hasn't dropped it. She kept it on her. Like I said, the Cowley Hill Bayley. Even though I was never too big, I still felt she was a bit stale. But at the same time, you know what? It turned out perfect for her. She kept that title. She's becoming a very convincing heel. Like I said, she just destroyed Sasha Banks, and now she has a title match against Nikki Cross. So with that one, I'm trying to see exactly how this is going to go because you have two people that can interfere in this match. You have Sasha herself, and then you have Alexa Bliss, who's apparently still pissed at Nikki, but
it's slowly turning into Sister Abigail.
we finally gonna get a Sister Abigail. It wasn't Liv Morgan, but we are gonna get Alexa Bliss though. As we can see, her she's getting pink dreads. This ought to be interesting,
bro. This is gonna be very interesting. I can't wait to see this. Because like okay, so the rumor is that Bray is going to slowly get a stable again as the Fiend, and so I know it didn't supposedly.
So he had it with the puppets.
Well, they can't really interfere in matches though, or really help them a whole lot. They only gonna like appear in the crowd.
Look. This is all you got to do. You can hire professional people. Look, I ain't gonna front. This be the dopest shit ever because you don't have live people actually there, right? So all you gotta do is hire people who can use their hands. It's like, hey, I'm here, whack-a-mole, bro, whack-a-mole. I'm here, hey, I'm over here. So you can use some puppets, man.
It's like, bro,
you can use some puppets, but yeah, I can say now, with Bayley being this type of heel, if they do give Sasha that title, don't let it be less than a week or so. Like, give her a little bit longer. NXT was the only place she had a longer title run. Yeah. But with the main roster, it's been just the length of somebody flipping a quarter in the air.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, man, this is a talented ass wrestler. Don't do this to her. Give her a longer reign. Because I wasn't expecting a face turn this quick from Sasha. I expected a longer heel run. Granted, in a sense, it's been well over a year.
She's been a heel for well over a year because you remember at the WrestleMania when they lost the women's tag team title, she had the hiatus. She had the hiatus where people thought she was going to leave WWE and all that stuff. So no, she's been a heel for quite a minute. So her coming back as face Sasha. Now the only thing that everybody is really up in arms about is really the timetable that she's coming back, because supposedly she's been advertised for this coming Friday Night SmackDown, which is like, she put your neck in a chair, bro. You gonna be only gone for 2 weeks? I feel like they could.
Let's all remember.
I feel like
when Shawn Michaels had that happen.
Thank you. It's like they have like WWE has FOMO, bro. WWE has the worst FOMO of any company I ever. It's like fear of missing out on what? Like, just let them just sit out, bro. Like, it's not going to hurt anything. It's only going to make the storyline just that much better. When the comeback does happen, when she shows back up, it's going to make it just that more impactful and important. But if you bring them back, like, they freaking get their whatever larynx crushed or whatever the shit, and they come back like next week, fine, with nothing on their necks or anything like that. No, I'm fine. I just use some Listerine and I'm all good.
Look, I can imagine the doctor like, wait a minute, her larynx is crushed, but she's back the next week. She's been gone how long? Just 2 weeks? No, they don't take 2 weeks just for this to heal. It takes
exactly.
They gonna piss off so many doctors with this stuff.
So I wish. So here's what I wish how it would have played out. Okay, she had put the chair around her neck, and if what I feel like should have to drag this out, because they've drug it out through over the pandemic, because I have a feeling that this past SummerSlam, if we had crowds, this would have been the climax of the feud between them. But they've kind of like pushed it out as probably far as they could. But I feel like they could push it out even further, which would be okay. Let's say if Sasha is going to be back on SmackDown, but she's not there live, she's via satellite, and she can't speak.
Ooh. Okay.
That drags it on. She can't accept any matches. She can't do it. Like, she literally can't. She can't speak. She can't do anything. And so she doesn't have a voice to say anything. She has maybe they put somebody with her and they give her like a translator or something. But I think it should be like something that can kind of prolong the feud, where Bayley is just harping on it, and that, you know, Sasha can't speak. She can't say anything because she fucked her neck or fucked her throat up.
Because at first I thought, what if they just went out to the knee? Because the knee was a very important thing about the thing that kicked it off. She had a bad knee, which led to them to not get the titles back if she had a bad knee. So I was going to say, at least for some reason, you know, even though the chair is not a bad thing, that's actually a great thing if you're going to write her out for a few months or a month or so. You know, you still had the knee that was still a problem as well. But I feel like they can still work the knee into the whole feud with them, because Bayley knows Sasha has had a knee issue, and that was one of the reasons why.
True, so does Bayley, because Bayley wears a knee brace, doesn't she? I think, doesn't Bayley wear a knee brace?
I don't think.
I could have sworn she hit somebody. I could have sworn she hit somebody with a knee brace not too long ago.
I don't think she does. I know she wears some big knee pads, but that's about it.
I can't remember.
That's about it.
I literally can't remember.
I think she probably.
Somebody had a knee brace.
No. Bayley had a knee brace, but that was in their takeover match, because Sasha used it to do the bank statement. That's where that knee brace came in. Bayley had the knee brace because she was going into that match with an injured knee.
Okay,
and Sasha used it as a part of the bank statement.
Okay, well, they can't renew. They
currently,
they probably can't redo anything.
Now, in a sense, like I said, the knee thing is going to be on Sasha's part, because she's the one that had the injured knee in the match. And Bayley, like, all right, I know you messed your knee up during this match. I'm going to take advantage of that. You can't sit here and do anything when it comes to the bank statement, because you see how her bank statement is. Her knees are useful in order to lock one arm of the opponent. Bayley can just use that arm to knock it over and get out of the bank statement. Yeah. So that's a good way to integrate that feud. But, you know, Bayley's promo the next week, this past Friday actually, is Miro's Eddie Guerrero's of when he turned on Ray, and I ain't gonna front, that was the best promo ever from Eddie. Bro,
I remember that SmackDown like vividly when I watched it, because it started off with it was just dark in the ring and then the spotlight hit and Eddie just sitting in the ring. I remember that. Sitting there,
talking, screaming. I remember watching the beating he gave Ray the week before on SmackDown. It was a Saturday night. And I'm like, oh man, Eddie fucking this fight up. He got
Boy, I gotta say, like, man, Ray's friendship during the SmackDown era, bro. He got some mean ass whoopings for Batista and Eddie Guerrero. They both like just destroyed him.
They lit his ass up, man. I'm talking about. I say Eddie was the most vicious and personal one because of their history, man. Eddie and Ray had great matches together, man. And not even just WWE, but WCW. The Halloween Happy one still the most legendary match between those two. But it was personal because of how good of friends they are. And it made it even more interesting, like I said, how Eddie went about beating his ass. Eddie busted his man head up, split the mask. And like I said, the icing on the cake was that suplex, bro. Because I ain't never before then saw somebody do a suplex that disturbing than when Eddie did it. Because it was like he had him in the air, just prolonged it, let the blood rush down. Then he just stepped off, and you heard like I don't even think Batista beating his ass came close to Eddie doing that shit. Eddie fucked it up. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, that's true. He did. He did do that.
The funny story about that one. My not my, somebody had watched it because they came over to my house. I had we had VCRs back then, ladies and gents. All the new kids back there, VCRs were a thing before social media and DVDs and Blu-rays. We had VCRs, so I recorded that SmackDown and played it. I was like, man, imagine beating somebody's ass like this. You're like, damn. When the suplex happened, like, damn. I'm like, ooh, yes. Just imagine beating somebody's ass like this.
For real, bro. Man. Let's see. I think I want to say that's it. Pretty much it, Snap. This has been a very good episode of All Into Wrestling, man. Like we've been saying on previous ones, man, we want to make this a thing where it's like a weekly thing that we do. Probably preferably Mondays because me and Snap work full-time jobs. So if we both can be off, and do this in the morning, we really would appreciate the support when we do go live. It'll be live on the NerdFlow Twitch channel. Please make sure you guys like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. All the links are going to be in the description of the show. So if you listen to this on any of the major podcast platforms, All Into Wrestling is on pretty much majority. We got iHeart. We're on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Springer. So you can check us out on any of the major platforms for podcasts and whatever you listen to. Or if you just want to check us out on Twitch Live in the VOD section, it'll be on the NerdFlow video on demand section. You can listen there. And I will also be exporting this show to the NerdFlow community and the Pro Wrestling Uncensored community, which we're also a part of as well. It's not associated with NerdFlow, but it's just a community that we have. We're good friends with those guys over there that are admins. And they truly appreciate, any form of wrestling, any form of content that can be shared over there. So we'll definitely be doing that. So, but yeah, man, we'll catch you guys for
and
what you got?
Don't forget to not check out Royalty's gaming page. I am Royalty Gaming because he also, if anything, relives those moments that we've just discussed. He just recently did something with ECW, right?
Yes, sir. Man, the ECW lives, man. Like, go to Twitter and search the hashtag ECW live. There's a bunch of creators in WWE 2K19 that are doing tremendous work. They got the ECW lives pack coming out this Saturday, the second pack for them. Just some highlights of who's going to be in there. You're going to have Tajiri. You're going to have Lance Storm, Tommy Dreamer, Mikey Whipwreck.
Wait. Tajiri?
Yes.
The Japanese buzzsaw?
Yes.
All right, y'all. We gotta go, bro. I gotta go get this. I gotta go get this. This Tajiri, bro. Y'all understand? I was a huge Tajiri fan growing up. I hate that he didn't become better in WWE, but still, as a cruiserweight, he did fine. But yeah, Tajiri is always one of my favorite Japanese pro wrestlers. I'm sorry, he had the best attire and the best finisher. That kick, that buzzsaw kick.
Yes, sir. But all right, man, we'll catch you guys on the next one. We'll catch you guys for NerdFlow Podcast this coming Sunday at 9:30 p.m. Central. So check us out then. Holla.
Peace.